Welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I'm joined once again by the same crew we had last night, two of Wise Take's finest NBA DFS analysts. We got BK. You can find him on Twitter at BKBorn8315. You can also find his cash game articles with GPP pivots over at wisetake.com. BK, how you doing tonight?
Good night. Very good night. My core hit. I had a lot of Wesley Matthews, a lot of Alex Len. Basically, I went all in on those two guys. I went all in on KD. So I cashed in almost every lineup. Very good night.
Should have switched to Holiday.
Would have been better night, but I still take it. I still take it.
Definitely a good point. Definitely a good point. Yeah. That KD, it took overtime, but he got there, man. He just proved once again that fading him completely on when he's on the road and situations without Green and Curry, it's suicide. It's just not worth the risk. 9 times out of 10, it seems like it'll come back to bite you. KD had a horrible game today, as bad as it can get. Yet the NBA gods looked out for him, got him in overtime where he was able to reach the 70s and on.
It ain't no gods, bro. It's called being the second best player alive. That's what it's called.
I'll give him that. Yes, that is true. We're also joined, of course, by CashinDFS. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. You can also find his GPP articles over at wisetake.com. Cash, how'd you do tonight?
I mean, I did all right on FanDuel, and DK did better somewhere else. But Cannon, love that dude. Love that dude. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. KCP as well. Love you, my boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cannon, man, came through. I know. I saw you were big on him in your article.
0.6% owned.
See, that was the part that I was surprised. That was the part. I didn't expect him to be chalk, don't get me wrong, but I didn't expect him to be that low. Like, I was very, very surprised that many people, especially on DraftKings, he was 3-2. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was
on FanDuel, he's 3-7.
That's what I'm saying.
If you have him in your lineup, it's hard not to cash.
Yeah, especially on a night where so, obviously a lot of people wanted to play Westbrook, and he seemed to be the easiest way to jam in all those studs. I mean, to me, it was just a no-brainer, considering the matchup against Yogi Ferrell and Dallas. And anyway, that was nice. But BK, man, you took a stance on Wesley Matthews. It got you to 6X over on FanDuel. He got there. I got to say, I'm not trying to rain on your parade. He did get there. He was a great play today. But I kept seeing, when I was looking at the sport thing, I swear I kept seeing his name. I feel like I kept seeing Wesley Matthews. And then when I saw his final score, I was like, that's it? I was like, that's all he did. I would have sworn he put up like 40 points or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, BK was already discussing it. Harris is better.
I was hoping for overtime. It was close. At one point, he had like 25. He stole the ball, which is 3 points. He shot a 3. If he'd have made it, it would have went to overtime. So that would have put him to 31 plus overtime. But I mean, when I played him thinking that he was going to get more than 28, obviously, but I knew that his floor was high in that matchup. So that's why I went all in.
Yeah.
What you thought his floor was today? 20?
25. I thought, it's easy value for cash at least.
Yeah.
So I thought it was an easy 25. He got there. I mean, he didn't have the greatest game, but like I said, if he were to play the Suns tomorrow, I'll be all in again. I don't care. I don't care if he only put up 28. That matchup, I'll be all in.
Oh, that's funny, man. I hope
say
this
that.
is not.
I still tried to talk him off after. I said, don't play Harris next time.
Yeah. Well, I think Harris was a little cheaper and ended up still getting a 20 or something like that. But
25.
Either way, it sounds like everybody had a pretty good night. I know, I mean, more or less for me, it was a min-cash night. I don't know about you guys, but still, getting there is better than not. So all in all, we'll take it. Definitely a lot of great plays in both of your guys' article. I think for me, Covington was probably the biggest disappointment. My lineup with Ingram and Durant did better than my Covington Durant, but I really expected a lot. I tweeted you, Cash. I showed you the article with Covington going back home. He just lost a friend. Just reminded me of the Jaylen Brown situation we had, and I mean, like he played. He shouldn't even had as many points as he did. He took like what 4 shots
Yeah.
the entire game.
Thanks, CK. You made him. You made me make him my #1 player of the day. Nah, but yeah, man, I just thought he would be better without him.
I know.
But
He didn't shoot.
he had he had a terrible game too, like KD. It's just he's not KD, so but he's still the points he got for how bad he played. Can't be mad.
No, no.
I put in my article that he was playing with a heavy heart, but I guess it was heavier than we wanted. I mean, he didn't play as aggressive as I thought he would.
Yeah,
I
was
agree.
just
I
very
thought he'd be
surprised.
extra aggressive.
I thought he was going to take shots. That's all I thought, and he didn't.
Yeah.
He did the opposite. He got there. He got to like a flourish kind of thing where he didn't crush you. I mean, you weren't going to really win with him, but he didn't like crush you. He wasn't going to knock you out of min-cash because you played him. But it just like there's just no shot attempts. He just didn't want it. He didn't want it. Anyways, we got a 3-game slate. We always go we always go game by game. We have these smaller slates. Last time there was a 3-game slate, I gotta say, man, I think I got 33rd in the donkey over at DraftKings, the $8 donkey. Had a pretty good day that day. So normally I don't like 3-game slates, but seeing as how that was the last 3-game slate I played, I'm kind of excited about this one. So BK, I'm gonna have you start us off, man. Talk to us about this first game. Man, I gotta see. Hold up.
Washington game.
Froze up. Is Washington the first one slated on FanDuel? Okay, I knew there was 2 sevens. I wanted to see which one was first. We'll start with New Orleans at Washington. Yeah, 7:00. Go ahead, BK. Just give us your overall thoughts. Where do you want to attack these teams? Take it over.
All right, in this game, the injury-wise, I think Porter might be out. He didn't practice today and shoot around, so he's more on the doubtful side of questionable.
BK, you know what? That's a great point. Matter of fact, okay. So with the injury news, I forgot. I was supposed to give you guys the totals and lines, and then this one doesn't have one because of that news, I think. So continue.
All right. I looked over it earlier. I think that was the only thing I really noticed injury-wise. I like John Wall going up against Rondo. His minutes are starting to creep back up. 27, 29, 32 was his last 3 games minute-wise. So if I had to assume, I'd say he'd be back up to around the 35-minute range. So that's basically what you assume all starters get. Obviously, there are some starters that get 38 to close to 40, if you play for Tom Thibodeau. But the average player plays about 35 minutes. So I think basically going forward, he's all set. He'll be playing his normal allotment of minutes. So him going up against Rondo, I love that matchup, obviously. Rondo, to me, is the worst defensive point guard in the league. He's 9,500. So the price could be better, but he's in play for sure tomorrow. Let's see. Rondo, to me, his last couple of games haven't been great. I might be fading him, but to me, Wall isn't a good matchup for him. And you got a 3-game slate. You got to take a stand somewhere. Like, you can't make a bunch of lineups. To me, it's like a 1, 2, 3 lineup max. The way I like to approach these slates is like, to be honest, I don't play big, large GPPs, because if you do, you're probably just going to tie with a bunch of people, even if you have a good lineup. So I approach these slates with smaller fields. So I'll play like 5-mans, 10-mans, 20-mans, and I'll throw a couple 100-mans in there. A lot of head-to-heads. I do play cash games in 3-game slates. So going back to the players, Jameer Nelson I like. He's basically a min price on FanDuel. He's been playing 23, 29 minutes in the last 2 games. He's been playing steady minutes until he got injured. So he's in play at that price because you gotta differentiate a little bit. I haven't really done too much research, but he, to me, will be in play at that price. Bradley Beal, I'll probably take a stance on him where I'm going to fade. He probably will be popular because some people are going to want to pay up at this position, but going up against Drew Holiday, I think I'm going to pass on that. So I probably will have no Bradley Beal tomorrow at all. Drew Holiday for sure. I like. Even with Anthony Davis, he's been playing pretty well. He's been crushing. I mean, every single game. No matter, it doesn't matter if Anthony Davis is playing. It doesn't matter who's playing. He's hitting value. So I'll definitely have some interest in Drew Holiday. Etuan Moore, he's right around that price where he's kind of iffy. You may play him, you may not. To me, he's not that great of a player. He's not that great of a matchup. He is going to play 35 to 40 minutes, but I might take a fade on him. Like I said, Otto Porter is probably going to be out, in my opinion, but we don't know yet, so we got to wait on the news. If he's out, I love Kelly Oubre. I might go all in. I always play small forwards against New Orleans because it's each one more defense. I think he'll smash at this price at 4,600. If Otto Porter's out, I'll be all in. He'll be in all my lineups for sure. That's it. A small forward there. Power forward. Let's see. Anthony Davis. I might go all in. Raw points wise, I think he's gonna get you a floor of 50. It's an easy matchup. It's Markieff Morris. I think he has the edge in that matchup. I might go all in Cousins. Like I said, you want to take a stance somewhere. So I think I might take a stance where I might have DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis in close to all my lineups. Other than them, Mike Scott, I have a small amount of interest in. His price is kind of up a little bit at 4,500. But he's playing the minutes. His last 2 games, he's smashing. I'm not sure if they were blowouts. Last game wasn't a blowout. So I don't think he's playing just in blowouts. Mike Scott I like because he's really athletic. So I don't like the matchup with Markieff against AD. So I think Mike Scott might get some extra run because Mike Scott is a lot more athletic than Markieff. So they might use him to play right around 25 to 30 minutes against AD to defend him. And at center, like I said, Cousins, I'll play Gortat. He's cheap. And he's probably going to have to play a good amount of minutes, but I hate playing Gortat. And, I mean, what's he going to play, 20 to 25 minutes? I might take a stance on him and Mahimi and fade them both, I think. And that's really it for this game.
Okay. Cash, what are your thoughts on this game?
I don't have no thoughts on this game. I'm playing one game. Nah. But you gotta like Wall against Rondo. So I do like that. I don't like Rondo because Jameer Nelson has been taking minutes. Rondo's only played 28 and 18 the last 2, while Jameer Nelson at 3-7 has played 23 and 29 minutes the last 2. I'm playing Jameer Nelson today. I already built my team. It took all of about 20 seconds. I'm punting at point guard today. Jameer Nelson is in there. He's one of them. Sadaransky, he's maybe a punt. Shooting guard, Drew Holiday has been balling. But I mean, I would much rather play him over Bradley Beal. But I'm not in love with either. Or Etuan Moore. I think I'd rather play Etuan Moore over both. Just in case he has a big game, puts up 30-something at a way cheaper price. But don't love that position. So you're going to go all in if Porter misses on Oubre. That's a scary proposition. He has been playing well, but my God, I'll never forget the 1.2 he got in 20 minutes. Dude goes out and plays 20 minutes and gets a 1.2. Like, I'm not going to be a big fan of you. Especially when you do it when I roster you. Cunningham is a guy I can't stand. Hands in the corner, does nothing. I look at the slate a little different. First off, I'm not going to play small entry. I'm playing huge tournaments. I'm trying, like, I don't know. There's no reason for me to play small stuff. I'm not here for the small stuff. I'm here for the big stuff. But as small forward, I don't think there's nobody that can come close to Giannis and LeBron, which is in the next game. But at power forward, I think Ben Simmons can come close to Anthony Davis. And if Anthony Davis gets hurt, every single person down here could come close to Anthony Davis. But he is cheaper. Anthony Davis is only 11, so he's cheaper than these other guys. He's a great play. Nobody on Washington can stop him. The only thing that can stop him is he hurts his pinky or something. He's a great play, but I won't be playing him today. Joel Embiid, I love. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong game. This is Boogie. Don't like Boogie today, but I do like Gortat. I don't think Mahimi can be on the court with these guys. Both of them is going to have to play minutes. Like, I don't think Gortat can leave the floor, really. If Boogie's on the court, he needs to be on the court.
Mahimi's actually like way more physical than Gortat. He's way stronger.
He's way slower and way like both of them got to play though. Mahimi
way slower than Gortat.
But yeah,
nobody's way slower than Gortat.
He said nobody's way slower than Gortat.
Neither one of these guys can handle them.
They can't handle him, but I think Mahimi's a little bit more physical at least.
He is more physical. Gortat used to be physical. I don't know what happened to this guy this year. But it's scary to play either one because they're probably going to split the minutes. But, I mean, who's going to play power forward against, like, Markieff Morris is just complete trash. Mike Scott cannot, like, oh my God, what are they going to do? It's the same every day. Like, what are teams going to do? They don't have no power forward except Jason Smith that has size. Markieff Morris cannot handle AD. I don't know. I mean, AD is a great player, but I'm not playing him. I'm playing one game, like I said, and I'm stacking it up. But I wouldn't go to Boogie today. Boogie has not been playing well. For his price, I mean. Playing well, but not for his price. I wouldn't play Boogie today. I'd play AD over Boogie if I had to choose one. That's it.
Yeah, I think that John Wall on DraftKings is a phenomenal play at 8-8 against Rondo. He finally got up to 32 minutes, I think, in his last game. On FanDuel, sure, if you could fit him in. I get where you're coming from, Cash, with that last game that we'll talk about. There's probably a few guys between them and AD, and if you want to play Boogie, then you're going to need to find some value if you want to be able to play John Wall. BK, I'm with you, man. It's going to be very hard not to play Kelly Oubre if he's going to be getting Etuan Moore defense for most of the game. We've seen that several teams have taken advantage. Point guards and small forwards seem to just dominate these teams. In some cases, shooting guards, but a lot of times, Drew Holiday's the guy. We're probably the path with the most resistance between Rondo, Holiday, and Etuan Moore. So I'm with you on that. It is tough, though. It's always tough to say you want to go all in on a guy like Kelly Oubre because his floor is literally 1. But I would hope if Otto Porter is out.
He's been getting so good. Yeah.
He's been getting there. He played well when Wall was out. When Wall was out and he played more, like he played well. And Markieff was out, so he was playing, he did fine. So I think this matchup is
probably shouldn't say all in because obviously in the next game we got 2 really good small forwards. So I mean, point per dollar though, Oubre has great upside point per dollar because he could easily get 6, 7, 8x if Porter's out. But raw points wise, you might have to look at the last game for the 2 small forwards in that game.
Yeah, definitely an option. Either way, I think Kelly Oubre is a solid play. It's a pace-up spot for Washington. New Orleans has been one of the faster-paced teams in the league, and of course, they're terrible defensively, especially against the wings. So I think that if Porter is out, this is a very good Kelly Oubre spot. And I'm with you, Cash. I'm not so much on Boogie. I'm more on AD today. I mean, on DraftKings, AD is cheaper, first of all, by $600. On FanDuel, they have it flipped. But I don't know. I feel like there's some other plays like you can play an Embiid, you can play even a Kevin Love against Milwaukee. There's other options. I don't know. I just don't want to. I prefer AD. I can't even really explain it. Well, I can. I guess it's thinking of AD matched up with Mike Scott and Markieff Morris. That sounds a lot better than Boogie banging it out with right.
Yeah, but that's how you got to look at these slates. Is that what position is the worst? Like
right.
who, like Love and Embiid could outscore Boogie. Like that could happen. That's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
If all of these guys at power forward have great games, like if they have good games, none of them is going to get to AD except maybe Ben Simmons, maybe. But I highly doubt that with Embiid playing. So
but even if he did, you can play him too because you get two power forwards. Whereas
yeah,
you
you can
get one center.
But a small forward is the same. Like a small forward is probably best if Porter is out to lock in Oubre and then pick your favorite one of the other two.
Yeah,
but that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play both of them. But yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. Like I'm not sitting here saying that you should play both of them because both of them is over 12K on FanDuel. But that's what I do. Best decision to make is if Porter's out, play Oubre, and then pick whichever one you think is going to score the most, or just put one on one lineup and put one on the other.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah, no, I like that approach. But yeah, for the most part, I think it's I'm excited. I want to see what the line is. I'm very curious to see what this line in total is. But either way, Washington definitely a pace up spot. Let's move over to the next game. We got Sacramento visiting Philadelphia. Philadelphia is on the back end of a back-to-back. Sacramento is in a nice pace up spot. Neither team is really known for their defense. BK, what do you got here?
And before we get to this game, I saw some people in the chat with some Tim Frazier love because it's kind of a revenge game, but he's not playing. He's not really playing.
Satoransky's going to play.
Yeah, he's third string now, so I wouldn't play Tim Frazier. I mean, really risky if you go there. I mean, his chance. Oh, if he comes to the coach and says, "Hey, I want to play against my former team. Let me get some minutes," then sure, but that's very unlikely. So I wouldn't play Tim Frazier.
Brooks doesn't care.
Yeah, so he's
probably
out of it.
While we're on the game, I don't mind Mike Scott as a pivot from Oubre. Like if you have a lot of Oubre and you're worried, I don't mind Mike Scott because if Porter's out, they're going to need somebody else to play the three, and he's been playing well. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they slid him in there. And if he's in that spot and he gets each one more, you know what I'm saying? So
no, he wouldn't play small forward. I mentioned him earlier. I think they'll use him to play AD because he's more athletic than Markieff. Markieff doesn't play that many minutes anyway. But to me, Markieff is out of it. Markieff is I'm not gonna have a single lineup of Markieff.
Well, then who do you think is gonna play backup three?
Mike Scott can move down to the three. He played three in Atlanta a lot, but
I don't see that.
They haven't been doing that, but say Oubre is just terrible. Like Oubre is standing in the corner doing nothing. Then maybe coach moves him down, but then I mean he could do that and move Jason Smith to the 4, but Jason Smith's minutes like Jason Smith didn't even play the last game.
He might be more likely to put Markieff Morris at the 3.
You think so? I think he's more likely to put Scott at the 3 than Morris.
What they'll do is they'll probably put Beal because if New Orleans is going to play small with Eton Morris small forward,
they could play Satoransky at 2.
They'll do something like that. 1. Yeah,
that's a good point.
I can see Beal playing small forward rather than Mike Scott. I don't see him playing small forward.
But don't y'all think that Mike Scott matches up better against AD than Markieff Morris?
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. I said that earlier.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I think so too. Like I don't
he's
think
more physical. He's more athletic. Yeah.
I don't think Mike Scott has a chance either, but he has a better chance than Markieff Morris.
The only worry you have with I guess another reason I like AD so much in the spot is because Mike Scott is more aggressive. You very very liable to run into foul trouble. He gets into foul trouble, then Markieff comes in. Markieff is in. There's no defense. There's no stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the aggression's gone. So either way, it just seems like a really good spot for AD. You know. I mean, there's one thing that could happen that AD does a lot. So I'm not going to say what it is. You guys already know what I'm talking about, Mr. Glass. But all right, BK, move us over to the next game.
All right, to the next game, Sacramento, Philadelphia. Embiid is back. This game I don't like too much. This might be my lowest owned game player wise. I don't think I'm going to have much exposure to the Kings because they just play 20 to 25 minutes each. So it's not much upside. And in a 3-game slate, you really want upside from every player you play. You don't want guys who are just going to give you 20, really. I mean, George Hill is decent. A couple games ago, he was kind of pissed off that he wasn't playing minutes. I think it was the last game against New Orleans where he played 18 minutes, and there was like a report afterwards that he was pissed that wasn't getting the minutes. But then he got injured, and he didn't play the next game. But after that, his minutes have been 28, 29, and 33. So he's basically right around that 30-minute range. So you can assume he's going to play right around 30. But I don't really like the matchup too much. Point guards haven't done too great against Philadelphia because Ben Simmons, to me, is a good defender. He's tall, athletic. So a lot of point guards don't do that great against them. McConnell's in play somewhat. He had an okay game in his last time out. But, I mean, like I said, I want really big upside from the guys that I roster. So I don't know if I'll go there. De'Aaron Fox is a game-time decision or questionable. I think he played. He participated in shoot-around. So when someone participates completely in shoot-around, you're pretty much going to play. You're pretty much probable. Frank Mason, I won't touch in this spot. Let's see. At shooting guard, Redick, he didn't have a good game today. It's a decent spot against Sacramento, but he's 5,600. It's not. I mean, he's not going to give you 40. He's going to give you 25 to 30, maybe 35. I mean, he's okay. I guess he's in play. I don't love him too much. Buddy Hield, I'm not touching him in this situation right now. He's not been playing well lately. Like I said, they just kind of give everybody random amount of minutes. So I might completely fade Sacramento. Because they're going to be owned. They're not going to be super high owned, but they're going to be owned, and it could just be dead money right there. I'll let other people roster these guys. Small forward is only one small forward from this game that's even remotely interesting, and that's Covington. But he's on a back-to-back. Philly is the only team on this slate is on a back-to-back, so you can take that into consideration. I don't love Covington. He didn't have a great game today in what we thought was a good matchup back in his hometown of Chicago. So I don't see why he would have a good game here on a back-to-back. So I think that might be a complete fade for me. Ben Simmons, some people are going to play him. It's a great matchup. A really good matchup, actually. But the back-to-backs, I learned my lesson recently that I just don't want to play guys on back-to-backs, man. You can tell the difference when a team is on a back-to-back, especially when it's with travel. So Simmons, for me, might be a fade, even though he's in a great, great spot. He's young, so the back-to-back may not be terrible, but I might fade him here. Zach Randolph, no way. Now that Cauley Stein is back, ever since he came back, Randolph is not even remotely coming close to the 7K price tag. What is he on DraftKings?
On DraftKings, Zebo is 6'4".
6'4". Even that, I wouldn't probably play. I mean, that's borderline. But on FanDuel at 7K, not a single lineup was going to have him in it. Saric, I don't really play Saric too much with Embiid back in, but he's still in play because he has had some good games even with Embiid playing. And it's against the Kings. Kings don't do well against power forwards or centers, so both Saric and Embiid are in play. Amir Johnson, he started today, but now with Embiid back in, he's, to me, completely out of play. And then at the center position, like I said, Embiid's going to play. He will be in some of my lineups. He's in a great spot. He's rested. He's ready to go. And Cauley Stein, his last game was pretty good. Right around 5x at this price. But not too much upside. He's going to play 30 minutes, and they're going to need him to play big minutes in this matchup. So he's somewhat in play, but I don't want to play any Kings tomorrow. And Rashawn Holmes is out of play with Embiid back. And that's it.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear Cash's perspective, but from a DFS standpoint, I don't think I want to push this game aside so easily. I think of the 3 games, this game will have the least amount of ownership, at least the Kings players. People hate playing the Kings for that exact reasons. I think if you can nail the Kings, at least their value options, I think you can get ahead of the field here. This is a pace-up spot for them. Like you said, Philadelphia is the only team on the back end of a back-to-back. They're already a bad defensive team. being on a back-to-back isn't going to help their defense. And we've seen the Kings play respectable. We've seen the Kings kind of hang tough with some of these teams. So I totally get it. I mean, New Orleans and Washington and Cleveland and Milwaukee are just way more attractive than Sacramento and Philly. But those games, in my opinion, will have way higher ownership. Like, the people who don't want to wait till 8 o'clock will game stack the New Orleans-Washington's game. Because it's easier. I mean, don't get me wrong. Guys like Embiid and some of these Philly guys, of course. But if people are impatient, you mean to tell me the casual player is going to choose to stack the Sacramento-Philadelphia game over the New Orleans-Washington game? I think it's very unlikely. I think most people don't know who's on Sacramento's team. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of NBA fans who have no idea who Sacramento even, like, who even is on their team. You know what I mean? So I think that game may get brushed aside a little bit in tournaments. And I think that I'm with you. It's hard to pinpoint. You're looking for ceiling. In Sacramento, that's the problem. Their players don't have a ton of ceiling. But I think if you can pinpoint the right value guys, you can get something out of them. I think you could still get some 6x return on some of these guys that are cheaper. You know what I mean? In the pace-up spot. So, Cash, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this game. I know, the Cleveland-Milwaukee game, you guys circled. I know your boy Big D's on there, so I know you're salivating to talk about that one. But you got to help us get through this one a little bit. What do you think?
What I think is Joel Embiid can eat Willie Cauley-Stein for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He is too skinny, too weak, cannot hang with Embiid. Embiid can kill this kid. I expect him to get into foul trouble. I think that it's better if Costa Koufos plays because, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't see it. I don't see him having a good game. I like Costa Koufos over Willie Cauley-Stein. As crazy as that sounds, you might think I'm crazy, but go ahead and look at what Costa Koufos is doing in his minutes compared to Willie Cauley-Stein in his. Willie Cauley-Stein, I don't think there's any way he gets you above 5x value. I think there's zero chance of that. So I'll just start there. Embiid can destroy this kid. Embiid has not been as good as I thought he was going to be. I'll say that. But he's still the best center in the league to me. George Hill, his minutes might not be as secure if Fox plays, but he still should see minutes. But I mean, he's definitely playable for some. Never played De'Aaron Fox ever. Started off the year great. He hasn't hit 30 in God knows how many games now. I counted it out last time. It was like 20, 21. Don't play him. Never play him. I'd play Mason over him. I don't like Mason. My biggest decision right now is Bayless or Satoransky. That's my biggest decision. Bayless has played 20 minutes. You're on mute, CK. Bayless has played 20 minutes for 2 games in a row. He's 3-5. Yes. Yeah, that's my biggest decision. I'll be asking y'all about that same question later. JJ Redick. No, I don't love that. He was terrible today. Glad I didn't play him. Bogdanovich. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's the best player on Sacramento. Finally put up a big game, and he's finally been getting minutes. Look at those minutes. 29, 32, 32, 28 the last 4. At 4-7, I'll take that with J.J. Redick defense or whoever else is going to be out there to guard him because they're not going to put Covington on him. I highly doubt. And Garrett Temple probably falls off the map if Fox plays. If Fox doesn't play, he is in play. Only if Fox is out is Garrett Temple in play. He's only 3-7. Definitely got you there last game, almost 10x. TLC is a big no. Covington, no. Jakar Sampson, I wish, but too bad he's not there. Vince Carter, he should be down the road in his house, not on a basketball court. Ben Simmons, I can't pay the price personally, but he could definitely get you there, but I don't see him having 60-point upside. Zebo, Need the price to come back down to where it was before Willie Cauley-Stein got hurt. Because if he gets the minutes, since Willie Cauley-Stein came back against Phoenix, correct? Let me see. Let me go.
Yeah, his last game.
That was his first game back, right? Phoenix, exactly. Okay. Look at Zebo in his minutes since Willie Cauley-Stein came back. 27 minutes, 35 fantasy points. 24 minutes, 27 fantasy points. Right? Like, yeah, man. You can't play him at this price with only 25 minutes. But
it's priced out.
If you're playing a huge tournament and Willie Cauley-Stein gets into huge foul trouble or gets hurt, and Costa Kufis is in foul trouble, if Zebo gets over 30 minutes, he can definitely beat this price. I love Zebo. I love him to death. But you can't play him at 7K with the minutes he's getting.
Donkey. He's the epitome of a donkey play. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, it's a huge tournament play.
It's a bad play standard. You're taking a chance. Like, something has to go right for him to. But if you play him and people the quote unquote skill players pass on him because he's too expensive, and Cauley-Stein happens to slip and re-injure something, and Zebo's gonna get 35 minutes and he puts up 50, it's possible.
And I was exactly gonna say that if he got 35 minutes, he could put up 50 fantasy points.
Yeah, I mean, if
he's not gonna get that,
if you want to play him in a donkey contest, like, you could, because he can win somebody a GPP. If he randomly tomorrow gets 35 minutes, he could put up 50, and no one's gonna have him. I mean, especially on FanDuel at that price. I mean, he'll be owned, but not high enough to where it'll matter.
It's probably not worth the risk in higher field, smaller field, higher dollar tournaments. But in a donkey, you want to throw it in a $4 donkey, a $3 donkey, something like that. Just see, and maybe things roll your way. Yeah, why not? I mean, he's good. He's a good player. It's not. We don't like playing bad basketball players. Zebo is a very good basketball player. So yeah, I'm all for it.
And I already discussed center. I'm not gonna play Sark. Amir Johnson is garbage. I said that last night. I hope nobody played him. It's a piece of trash. Yeah. And center already covered. I like Costa Kufis over Willie Cauley-Stein, and Embiid is the best center option on the board.
Yeah, I think Embiid's probably literally the only guy from the Philly side I want to play. This is going to be a pace down spot for them. They're on the back end of a back-to-back, and Embiid's the only one who's not. So I think like Sacramento value, maybe if I could find somebody, which it's tough because they're not even priced all that great, at least not on FanDuel. And then Embiid, and to me, that's pretty much it. And we can move on to the game the real game, right? The game of the night, the real game, right? This is it. The anatomy contest. Was that right, Cash? Is that what this is?
Oh, it's gonna be one.
BK, start us off with the game of the night. Talk to us about Cleveland at Milwaukee. Looks like we're gonna have an early night, guys, because the first game's at 7. The first 2 games are at 7. The next game's at 8, and that's
good.
It. So.
I could use the sleep. I'll take the sleep.
There we go. Talk to us, BK.
I still won't sleep.
No, team no sleep all day. AD all day.
Well, a lot of guys are obviously in play. The game of the night, starting at point guard, Bledsoe, he's in play. Cleveland has been better defensively, but if they're going to start Calderon, Bledsoe is definitely in play. Calderon, I won't touch. I don't see him getting big minutes in this type of matchup. This is a big game for both teams. Like, both teams are playing well. You know, they want to kind of see how they match up against each other in case they meet each other in like the Eastern Conference Finals or in the playoffs. So it's a big game for both teams. Gary Payton, he's gonna play 5 minutes? I don't even know why he starts.
Gary Payton's not on the team no more.
Gary Payton second?
Yeah, he got cut.
Oh really? Oh good, because he don't do nothing. So I don't know why he's even
plays
starting.
5 minutes and then doesn't come back in the game.
That's completely pointless. I don't know why they even do that, but okay. Middleton is in play. Not the greatest of matchups. J.R. Smith hasn't been bad defensively, but in this type of game, like I said, everyone's basically in play. Brogdon, there's some games where he plays right around 20 to 25 minutes, but I definitely see him playing over 30 because, like I said, this is a big game for both teams. So if you're gonna play 30 minutes at this price, you're definitely in play. Same for J.R. Smith. I love playing wings against Milwaukee because the way they play the trap defense against point guards, it kind of leaves the wings open for threes. So I like both J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver. I think both of them can get some wide open threes in this matchup. Kyle Korver is a little bit cheaper. Dwayne Wade, I don't like because he doesn't shoot threes. I don't know if he's going to have a ceiling type of game in this matchup, but I mean, he might get the minutes because it's a big game. And it looks like Tony Snell is back. He participated in shoot around, I think, today.
God, get the fuck.
So if he participated in practice, I don't see a reason why they would sit him again, but it's still possible. So we got to wait on news on that. And he is a good defender, so he will change my opinion on some of the plays. And then small forward, I don't know how you fade these guys. I know I said a lot about Oubre if Porter's out, but man, these guys, they love playing against each other, especially Giannis. He loves playing against LeBron. He really brings his A game. LeBron, on the other hand, hasn't he had some not so great games against Giannis? Cash, you would know.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some average games, but this is a different LeBron this year. As crazy as it sounds, this is LeBron's best season of his career.
That's true. It is
15
a tough
years
matchup.
in. 15 years in. Best season of his career. You can't say that about many guys.
If I were to choose one of them, it would be Giannis. But
say that again.
If I were to choose one, if I had to roster just one of these two guys, I'm picking Giannis.
One more time.
Am I saying his name wrong? What's going on?
No, I think you're saying it completely
I think he
correct.
just likes the way you say it.
I do. I remember. I like Giannis.
It's his name. Giannis.
I know.
That's his name. Giannis.
I know, but nobody ever gets that right. So I'm impressed. Like it sounded good. Giannis.
Big D. Is that better?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's what he's called. The nation we call him Big D.
I don't know. I don't even know if he knows his own name, but his name is Big D.
His name is Big D.
With 3 letters after the D.
Yo, if we ever got drunk with the dude, party with the dude, and we had the opportunity, when he passed out, we are definitely tattooing Big D on the man's arm. He is forever Big D to us, man. You know what I mean? All right. So talk to me more about Giannis.
Yeah. If I had to choose one, it'd be Giannis. I think he's even said it before that he really gets up for these games against LeBron. So. And we've seen it. He's had some. I think last season he had some really great games against LeBron. So I would lean more on him. But most of my lineups, I'm thinking you might have to. It's a 3-game slate. I mean, you're looking for raw points. You might have to play both because LeBron James isn't gonna let him just let him shit on his face. So you got to probably play both. That's it. A small forward, a power forward, John Henson. He's kind of in play. Doesn't have too much of a high ceiling, but he's gonna play 30 minutes in this spot because they're gonna need him. Let's see. Jeff Green. This is a good Jeff Green game. High paced, athletic guys. I can see Jeff Green getting a good 25 to 30 minutes. I don't like playing him too much when Wade is playing because I think they don't have good correlation together. But Jeff Green in this matchup, I like. And then at center, of course, this is a great Kevin Love spot. He's going to get a ton of rebounds because none of them are going to be able to out-rebound him. And he's going to get a bunch of wide-open threes. So this is a great Kevin Love spot as well. And that's it because you're not going to play Tristan Thompson. He's rusty. He's not going to play the minutes. And Thon Maker is not going to be on the floor too much in this matchup.
Yeah, I definitely have to call. I was laughing because in the chat, they all... I looked over at the chat and Wig Splitter's in there and he's spelling Giannis Hianus. And this other dude said he space Giannis. Love it. He said Giannis. That's the only reason I was laughing. I was reading. But they're right. They're telling me to keep it together. I got to keep it together. Cash, talk to me about the game of the night.
I have no point guards in this game. Eric Bledsoe has not been getting he didn't get there against New Orleans either. Middleton has just been stepping up. So I'm not, and it's not going to fit. I just can't afford them. So, I could afford Calderon, but I'm not going to play Calderon. like we said earlier, like about Bazemore. And if Calderon goes for 40, then I just lose because I'm not gonna play him.
If Calderon goes for 40, I think we all lose.
Hey man, he almost went for 40 the other day. He had like 30 some.
If he does it against Milwaukee, I think we all lose. It's just like him.
Yeah, he had 33 against the Lakers. Yeah, no, I don't play Calderon. But you know who I do play? I play Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton has been balling. Last game they played against each other, it was the last game before Bledsoe started playing. So that does suck that Bledsoe is there. But I'm going to give y'all all these numbers. Chris Middleton put up 51.9 FanDuel points in this game. Jeff Green, who we was just talking about earlier, I remember it vividly because I had him. He put up 4 fantasy points in this game. That was not fun. But yeah, I agree with you. He's still a good play, but with Wade coming back, I don't like him as much. I mean, there's no need to even discuss small forward. Like, I'm going to be swinging, and LeBron James going to be swinging because they're going to be everywhere. I won't make a lineup without both of them. I'll probably play one lineup tomorrow, and I'm looking at it right here. And the only guy that I hate in my lineup is John Henson.
Yeah. He's been playing really well, though.
I know, but mainly because Jason Kidd and mainly because Kevin Love. Because you want to hear Kevin Love's numbers in this game last time they played? Because I'm about to inform y'all.
Inform me. Learn me something.
Yeah. I'm about to. Kevin Love. 34 minutes. 32 points. 16 rebounds. 3 assists. Isn't that assist? Yes. 3 assists. 1 block. 2 turnovers. 62.7 FanDuel points.
Oof.
Biggest game of the year by a large margin. Yeah. I'm going to have Kevin Love today. If his shot is on, he can do the same thing. He had 16 rebounds against this thin man that needs to go to the buffet and John Henson. Yeah. Like I just said, I'll be playing him. I'm also going to have to play Jay Crowder in this game, which really sucks because he's a bag of D's. He is terrible. And he also had an awful game, too, because I had him and Jeff Green in my stack. He put up, in 25 minutes, 6 FanDuel points. Jeff Green put up 4 in 16 minutes. So, yeah, they're in my lineup, though. I have Henson and Crowder in my lineup, and it sucks. But, hey, do what you got to do. Do not, I repeat, do not make a team without Giannis Antetokounmpo on it, please. He loves, I've already said it before, he loves playing the best players. He named LeBron specifically. Don't get no better. The best player in the world, bar none. Nobody's close. So, yeah, Giannis is coming to play. And it's at home. Please play Giannis.
I like that. That was. I felt that. I feel like if I don't play Giannis in any line, if I have 10 lineups and one of them does not have Giannis, I feel like you're gonna be disappointed in me, Cash.
I would be.
That's the message.
You want to hear his? You want to hear his
that's
line?
The message. Yeah, I do.
40 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. That what is that? That's blocks. 3 blocks. He didn't have no steals, which is kind of odd to me. And had 8 turnovers. That's not going to happen again. 56 fantasy points. Take those 8 turnovers away, make it 3. He had over 60.
Mm-hmm. I'm with it, man.
Play Giannis.
I like it. Play Giannis. Big D. Giannis.
Swang from the thing tomorrow.
Swing. BK, tell him who to play.
Well, if you're playing 150 lineups, put Giannis in 149 in case Giannis. Put him in 149 in case there's foul trouble or some crazy shit happens because he's gonna be high owned. He's gonna be highest guy on the slate, I would assume. So if you're playing 150 lineup, put him in 149 just in case.
And the same with LeBron.
For me, pretty much.
I would.
I like the call, man. Appreciate the stats. That's going to do it for the game-by-game breakdown. 3-game slate, but we stretched it out a little over 50 minutes here, but definitely shorter than our regular show, so I will take that. It is late. It's 2:31 a.m. on the East Coast, and all three of us are on the East Coast, so it's time for us to get some sleep. Don't forget to go check out wisetake.com for more fire DFS content. Check out what packages we got. BK again writes the cash game articles. CashinDFS writes the GPP articles. We got wide streams Monday through Friday, an hour and a half before lock to help guide you through the slate. And we also have a chat that's open 24/7. Come hang out. We got tools on there. The pace plus minus, points plus minus has been on fire. We got the model going. We got Paulie's cheat sheets, just phenomenal. Plenty of stuff that to help you become a better NBA DFS player. So head over there and check out what we have to offer. Don't forget also, if you're interested in making some money on Yahoo DFS, Johnny the Greek, aka G Daddy, has G-Daddy 80, I should say, has his course. It's going to be Tuesday, which is tonight. If you're listening to this now, it's tomorrow. If you're listening to this in the morning, it's tonight. It's at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. It's $19.99 to get in. He tells you his process, explain what he's looking for, and what method is successful for him. You head over to wisetech.com, click on the Academy link in the menu. Other than that, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button. It means a lot to us, helps us keep these things going. Subscribe to the channel, of course, as well. If you're listening on Podbean, give us a follow. If you're listening on iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Other than that, anything in closing, BK?
Yes, and according to the chat, your new nickname is Hoodie CK.
Me? I'm Hoodie CK?
Yeah.
Okay.
From now on, no longer CK. You're Hoodie CK when you got the hoodie. Other than that, don't go too heavy on the slate. Go ahead.
It's gonna be like that all winter, my man. It is cold in my office.
There's Hoodie Mellow, and now there's Hoodie CK.
I'm cool, man. I'll let her ride with the Knicks hat and everything. Go ahead, BK. Finish up.
Other than that, don't go too heavy on the slate. It's 3-game slate. Wednesday we got a good slate coming back, so play a couple bucks, couple lineups. I don't like big field GPPs. Cash does because he wants $1 million, but I like small fields in this because you got an edge. The smaller the field, the bigger the edge you got, I think. So that's where I'll be.
Gotcha. Cash, what you got for us? Close us out.
I think if my 2 point guards I'm looking at go off, I have a massive edge. Nah, what I got to say is I hate NBA. I hate that all these guys are a bunch of peas and the slate gets ruined every single day. Just waiting on the 3-game slate to see how many guys we're going to have out today. It happens every day. It just ruins. Slate is ruined every single day. That's all I got to say. NBA blows.
Fair enough. And that's from the man who literally loves the NBA. NBA is his life.
I love to watch it, but DFS slates are just ruined every day.
Yeah. It's true. It's hard out there for a pimp. True what they say. All right, that's going to do it for us. So for CashinDFS, for BK, and myself, and the entire White Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yes.